Hey guys, it's sorry, straighten this up a bit. It's Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, and today's going to be pull-ups and dips. Unfortunately, you can only see one at a time right now, so it's going to be dips. Today's 7 reps. For pull-ups, I had started the cycle over again. I've worked my way up to 7. We'll see how far I can get. I got up to 12. I would have liked a little bit of a cleaner rep on 12, but it was still a rep. Still got my chin just over the bar. But it's going to be a few days where we try that again. Last dip day, which was last week, I think it might have been on Wednesday, was 28 reps. I was pretty happy with that. So it was 28, just 2 sets of dips, because I do, a fair amount of burpees, a lot of horizontal pressing, so I only need 2. I got 3 sets of pull-ups. It's going to be 7, 5, 3. It's going to be however many I can get body weight, and then I'm going to put on my weight belt with 15 pounds and see if I can get over 6. The goal is always to get to 7 with a given weight, and then I go up the weight. So let's get started, guys. It's going to be an easy superset, 3 sets, 2 sets, and then burpees, probably 2 pumps for the day. That's subject to change. Alright, 7 pull-ups. Seven. Feel a little worn out. Now last, I believe it was on Wednesday. I believe it was on Wednesday. Might have been Thursday. Doesn't matter. The last time I did dips, I knew when I started, first few reps, it's going to be a pretty good day. 28 is 2 less than my recent best, 30 reps. However, I take each day as it comes. Whatever I get is what I get. Not great, but like I said, you get what you get. Felt slightly off. It was Thursday, by the way, when I did my last set of dips. catch my breath. The high rep dips always get me out of breath. Five reps of pull-ups. The pull-ups feel tough. I got 6 reps of this Thursday. So I'm debating the 2 pumps in intervals. You could always use some type of 2 pump intervals. You guys don't need to see the extra thigh. Reps. Could have grinded out one more, but as I mention often, I avoid the grind. At this stage in my life, it is not worth the risk. I'd rather work out every day than grind out reps and be chronically sore at best and slightly injured at worse. Alright, again, it is what it is. 3 reps. Do the double Navy SEALs. I got 12 minutes. If I start now, you can do double Navy SEALs, 4 reps a minute maybe, rest a minute. I want to do 2 pumps. 5 the first minute. I did an EMOM. 5 the first minute. 6 all the way through. The last minute, I got 6. Rested 5 seconds. Got 5. 11 for the minute. EMOM. Let's see. Like 76 total. 160 something for pumps, right? And done. Not bad. Would have been happier with the dips. A few more reps, but you know, you can only do what you can do. So at this point in my life, that gives me something to talk about. I can only do what I can do. At this point in my life, I no longer feel the need to create a dichotomy between mind and body. You know, where, to quote that popular meme that was going around a while back, I don't quit when my body tells me to, I quit when my mind tells me to. As if there's a separation between the two. That there is a separate mind and a separate body, and that the mind gets to tell the body what's to do. I mean, in some cases, it could be the complete opposite. That you listen to your body, the body may be able to keep going, and the mind wants to stop, and the other way around. But people like to think of the strength of mind, realizing that anytime we talk about the mind, we're actually talking about the ego, and the ego is a finite, limited, illusory entity. It doesn't really exist. So therefore, one, it can't really tell the mind or body what to do, and two, why would we believe it? It is pushing for the sake of the ego, so that the ego can say, I didn't quit, or I am stronger than whatever was laid out in front of it, and it just feeds the ego more and more, so that we believe it more and more, which keeps us feeling, but not truthfully so, not truthfully being separate from each other, separate from the source, which we could call the Tao, we could call God, we could call reality. That's the effort of the ego, to maintain that sense of separation, which gives the ego an identity, that it's us, who we are. Therefore, we don't do anything to diminish the effects of the ego, because that would diminish who we are. However, when the ego diminishes completely on its own, we simply see through it, we realize that it was never, ever who we are, and we feel kind of silly that we spent all those years pretending that it was. All those hurt feelings, all the things that we did in order to impress ourselves and other people, in order to continuously build up the ego, when we could have just let the whole thing go and simply enjoy the experience for what it was. One of the realizations for me, I mentioned this the other day, was my first 100-mile attempt and having to stop at mile 66, completely wrecked. However, through the disappointment and managing to let go to a large degree, the disappointment, and realizing just ran 16, actually about 10. My second official 50-miler was a long course, and it actually came out to 56 miles. So 66 was 10 miles more than I ever ran before. It was 16 miles more than my best official race, 50 miles. And it was a great first attempt. I went out way too fast. I was shooting for a sub 20, foolishly. If you set a time goal in your first 100, you were either elite or you are sort of deceiving yourself what you're capable of. You might be, but it doesn't afford you any room to make a single mistake because you don't have the experience to come back from mistakes. That only comes race after race after race. So for me, even though I was experienced with 50 milers and 50 Ks, I was not experienced with 100-mile races, being my first one. I had listened to some people who boosted the ego and said, man, you know, your very first 50K, you got sub 6 hours, you did great on your first 50 miler, even though I came in dead last in the race. But it had a 60+% dropout rate because it reached 97 degrees with 100% humidity. Everyone kept dropping like flies. For whatever reason, I put my head down and kept going. Probably because it was my first 50. I had trained hard for it for a year. Anyway, regardless of that, what I'm saying is there's no distinction between mind, body, and spirit. The only distinction that's made is by the ego. When you start looking through the ego, not going to battle with it, just looking through it, then what matters is the session. Just doing it for the sake of doing it so you can come back tomorrow and do it again. Do it because you enjoy it. Do it because you receive infinite benefits from the doing. And that's what matters. All right? Take care, guys.